Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Thank you all for joining us in EP Live. This is fantastic that you are here. Today's rundown is going out to a brand new member of EPN's new family, Jordan Cunningham. Thank you so much, sir. We got you this rundown. Two of the most controversial things in the Star Wars universe, Battlefront 2 and Attack of the Clones, are coming together. EA and DICE have unveiled Battlefront 2 Battle of Geonosis, a free update for the game based around the critically panned second prequel movie. It gives players a new map that recreates the film's climactic battle sequence on the planet of Geonosis, and it comes with a new playable hero character, the younger Obi-Wan Kenobi, based on the likeness of actor Ewan McGregor. EA and DICE have been rolling out free updates like this ever since Battlefront 2 arrived, but the game still hasn't shaken off the bad reputation it earned from its controversial loot box mechanics. The Battle of Geonosis lands next week, and out of all the things in Episode 2, that Battle of Geonosis was really damn cool. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in that battle, we got some shots that we hadn't really seen in Star Wars before. Lots of zoom-ins and close-up shots, and it felt like there was a cameraman on the battlefield taking tight shots and then pulling back. And of all the things that they could pull from Episode 2, the Battle of Geonosis is definitely one of the cool ones. I still remember, the carnage and the chaos that was on display, and Yoda, leading the clone troopers and saying,
"Go over there, that way is where the battle is, and we must fight them."
It was crazy. It was a really fun sequence. Sorry for my terrible Yoda right there. But I am excited to see a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I gotta be honest, we're gonna be playing a little bit of Battlefield 5 again later in the show, and Let's Play and Chat, and I've been enjoying it, but it's so beautiful and it's so DICE-like, it makes me want to jump back into Battlefront 2, which is a gorgeous, say what you will about that game, it's a gorgeous Star Wars love affair, love fest, and I want to jump in and see some of this, especially now that they've got Obi-Wan in there. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Mark your calendars, because we know when the next Venom movie is going to ooze into theaters. Well, sort of. Sony Pictures has set release dates for two new movies based on the SpiderMan franchise. They'll land July 10th, 2020 and October 2nd, 2020. And although the studio hasn't revealed exactly what the two new movies are, it's pretty obvious that one of them will be the sequel to Venom. The film has become a surprise hit at the international box office, earning $800 million so far, and Sony has already stated that they plan to make more. As for what the other Spider-Man related movie will be, we do know that Sony is working on a standalone film about the Marvel anti-hero Morbius the Living Vampire, so that would be a safe bet. In the meantime, the new animated movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse lands next month, and I can't wait for that. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. It's been a great year to be a Spider-Man fan. Of course, we've got Far From Home coming out next year. I can't wait for that movie. But I've watched Homecoming a few times on 4K Blu-ray, and it is beautiful. What a killer movie that is. The game has been just rocking, and I think you might have noticed I have a new Spider-Man toy on the set. I picked this up yesterday at the Disney store. This is part of their Toy Box line, which I feel was directly influenced by the incredible work that went into Disney Infinity, rest in peace. But they had this on display, and it harkens back, this spider buggy thing, to an old Corgi toy that just made no sense. It came out, I think, in the 70s, and it was like, why would Spider-Man have a car? Why would he have a car? Why is it dressed like, why is it a beach buggy? He lives in New York City. Why would he have a car, and why is it a beach buggy? And it's silly. But I love it, and so now that lives here on the EP set, and Spider-Man rocks. I can't wait for Spider-Verse, and you know what? Venom was silly and stupid, but fun also, so I just hope that they squeeze some Spider-Man into their Venom movie, and maybe their Morbius movie as well. Maybe they're learning over at Sony from their partnership with Disney and the MCU, and maybe all of this new stuff is going to be a lot more fun. But certainly, they made so much money, they've got some weight to throw around out there right now. All right, usually the end of a war is a good thing, but this one is actually a little disappointing. The online strategy game Total War Arena is shutting down. The game launched with an open beta earlier this year and was created through a partnership between Total War developer The Creative Assembly and World of Tanks publisher Wargaming, with the idea being to combine the gameplay from both franchises. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. Creative Assembly says that the beta just hasn't taken off like they hoped, and they're ending development and will take the final servers offline in February. The good news is that Creative Assembly says that the Arena development team will continue working at the studio and use what they've learned on the project to help bring to life future games in the Total War franchise, and that's what's going on right here. If you're reading between the lines, it's Creative Assembly and Sega said, you know, the Wargaming people are great, but we could probably do this. We could probably figure out how to do some kind of free-to-play, massive online experience within the Total War franchise and just sort of own all of the development and the production and the marketing and all of that stuff ourselves, since they play in that sandbox all the time. And I expect that probably within the next couple of years, we are going to see some major online announcements about the Total War franchise. And this idea is not done. I mean, certainly they're looking at the success of other online strategy titles like League of Legends and, Dota 2 and stuff. And they're saying, well, why don't we kind of mix a little of our peanut butter with that kind of chocolate and we'll see what we can get. And I think we'll likely see some kind of announcement from Sega and Creative Assembly about this down the road. And they're trying to be as polite as they can to say bye-bye to wargaming. But then, you know what? Wargaming probably learned some things as well, and they make tons of money off that World of Tanks franchise, that World of franchise, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more strategic options in their franchises as well. People learn, and then they go and they build new things. That's the way it goes. Blizzard hasn't announced Diablo 4, but that hasn't stopped loads of details about the game from surfacing. Kotaku has posted a lengthy story about the future of the Diablo franchise, complete with several new pieces of information about the unannounced fourth game in the main series. Citing unnamed sources at Blizzard, Kotaku reports that Diablo 4 is currently in development under the codename Fenris and will have a much darker tone than Diablo 3. The game apparently started life as a new Diablo 3 expansion before evolving into a full-fledged sequel, and Blizzard is hoping to have it out around 2020. Keep in mind that no official announcements about Diablo 4 have been made, but Blizzard might be regretting that. Earlier this month, they announced the new mobile experience Diablo Immortal, which angered many fans eager for a new PC game, so the sooner they unveil Diablo 4, the sooner those people might be satisfied. I still feel like a lot of the anger and hatred shown towards Blizzard because they put out a mobile teaser was a little unwarranted and a little crazy, but I also feel like there were lots of people in that audience that were expecting to have their tastes placated, and it wasn't necessarily a huge general audience mobile game playing crowd. Lots of lessons learned there, and I think a lot of developers and publishers from that announcement and also from the Command & Conquer's announcement that EA did at E3 for their mobile game, lots of big lessons learned. Clearly people are playing mobile games, even hardcore gamers are playing mobile games, but we still, as the lifers, as the people that have supported this business through thick and thin and reach back all the way to the roots of franchises like Diablo, we want our games for our machines to keep coming as well. We want the supremo, top of the line experiences still funded and still sent our way, and we like them teased even if they, we can't get a release date. And I think Blizzard is probably regretting that they didn't have some Diablo 4 type logo pop up on the screen at BlizzCon. Still, lots of hate, man. Like, all of that energy could be channeled and used for good, Like, sometimes I just feel like people just get up in arms, even all the Star Wars, all that hate out there. It's, think of ways that you could channel that into some kind of creative endeavor if you're one of those people. Yesterday I jokingly tweeted about there potentially being a Death Star in the next Star Wars movie if they use that trope again. And I got some pretty nasty comments back about that idea, and I just think, man, like, I get where that anger is coming from, and we are all passionate about all of this stuff, but sometimes you can use that anger for good things, Anyways, big lessons learned. I suspect we are going to hear about Diablo 4 very soon, maybe at the Video Game Awards. It's all on you, Jeff Keighley. Give us those exclusives, buddy. All right, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Do me a favor, when we clip this out as a separate segment, please share it with the hashtag PlayForever. And right now, we're moving on to This Day and Everything Cool.